Hey, let's talk about goals for next year. Merry Christmas. I'm doing this on December 25th, so it's December Daily number 25 and December Daily Thriftmas number 25. And I just wanted to talk to you about goals for the new year, whether it's 2023 or whether you're watching this another time. Goals are always good to have for the new year. I'm not saying you have to make resolutions because they say that so many break New Year's resolutions. But it's great to have a goal on how much you'd like to resell, maybe how much you'd like to buy, how much, how much. Basically, that's what the goal's about. How much? So I'm going to set my goals just to give you an idea of my daily activities, my work schedule. So I will have my work schedule set out better than it's been because sometimes I'll go off in that land of either learning YouTube videos, and even while I'm watching those, I'm on Poshmark, but I'm not doing everything that I should be doing, which may be the reason why I'm constantly working, and I don't mind that I'm constantly working. But if you heard my husband's rant yesterday, if you haven't, you got to take a look at it. Where'd my Christmas tree go? Now we're watching a commercial. I have the Christmas tree up in the background. Let's get it back. Can we skip? Boop, skip. I'm sorry about that. I was unaware there are ads during the Christmas tree commercials, but I guess there have to be. So let's talk. So I am going to set my daily goals or my daily schedule, but I'm going to call it my goals. And I am also going to set weekly, monthly, even maybe bi monthly, annually, maybe by quarter. I think I'll do it by month and then by quarter because sometimes you can catch up if you didn't make it the first month and you feel better. I remember someplace where I worked, we used to only do it by, was it only by month? Yes, but then by the quarter, I'd be ahead of everybody and I still didn't win. And I like winning. So I think everybody rather be the winner, right? But so what I'm doing is so far the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the yearly. So I'm going to look back at my numbers from this year and I am going to see, I'm going to put a budget in my head of what I think I'm going to make, what I want to make, and what I want to put out in cash, in money, not just cash, but in money form. I do have many, many things. As you know, if you've been watching me, I know I'm not as animated today. That's because we ate so much yesterday. And I'm leaning. I'm not feeling as well, but that's okay. It's all okay. Merry Christmas anyway. So I'm going to set all these type of goals. And I do know that I don't have to buy anywhere near as much as most this upcoming year because I still do have store inventory and I also have little new things that I buy as I'm learning what sells for more money. Oh, I just saw a bird fly by my window. And so I'm learning that, as I have said in other videos. So I am picking up things. If I see something, I'm trying to look around for something. But of course, when I want it, I don't have it. But I'll see things that I'm like, oh, that might be worth, maybe it's $2 and I'm thinking that might be worth $40 or that might be worth $80, which I can't wait to show you my what sold video that I'm going to be making because I had some high sales compared to what I paid for things, and I'm very happy about that. A lot of resellers say in January it gets busier, so that would be nice. That really would. One of my goals, I can tell you already, is going to be to start selling bundles. That's a goal for me for the whole year. I have to put my bundles together. That'll be in my dailies. And then I have to get them online, and then I have to sell them because I have too many pieces of clothing. So if there are any resellers out there looking for any name brands, and I don't mean big name brands, Bolo brands, I have mostly Bolos and things like that, then please let me know, because I have so much that really I'm just going to clearance it out. So I'm thinking of doing some live auctions and putting things in bundles, and maybe trying some mystery boxes, but maybe not so mystery boxes, so that they know what brands they're getting. Or if people give me a brand, I'll give it to them in all different sizes. So that's going to be one of my goals, to get through the year, and doing that all year, is until I get rid of my inventory. Now, I don't want to get rid of my inventory for good, but I want to be able to start shopping smarter, to start thrifting the things I now know that will sell for good prices. I've said this before, but if you haven't watched any of the other videos, in the beginning, I remember going to a consignment shop, right? I was just selling for about a month after I got rid of all of my clothing, and we went to this consignment store that had this whole rack. But when I say a rack, I mean about, I don't know, 700 items, maybe 1,000, that, because it goes all the way across the store, that was $1. $1. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a consignment store. This isn't just a thrift store. Not that there's anything wrong with thrift, but I mean, it's going to be higher prices. Most of the time, better clothing, at least in this area, because it's already been there for whatever amount of time. So what they do is they have stickers, let's say purple, pink, yellow, and purple that day is now $1. And then pink is 50% off, and then yellow would be 25% off. So I'm looking at all of the purples and all of the pinks. The yellows, I'll look through the really expensive things to see if I'm getting a good deal and look up comps. But that is one of my goals, to get rid of the old and bring in the more experienced Marion News. That's the best knowledge, wisdom, whatever it is that comes with a few years. I definitely would not be selling a lot of things that I'm selling, not because I don't like the products or the clothing. I have some really nice brand new things, but it's not what people are looking out for when they come on Poshmark most of the time. And we know I love Poshmark, but the search engine, sometimes you can put in exactly what you want and you don't see that. So I'm sure a lot of people don't even see some of the things that I have. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm looking, when I look over here, I'm looking at my rack. And if you saw my husband yesterday on his rant, you'll know which rack I'm talking about, because that was a fun video. I didn't even make it one of the DD Thrift Miss videos. I just put it out there separate because it was too funny. I said to him, he was saying, yeah, I'll ask me these questions. I said, ask yourself, before that we did it. And so he did, and it was funny. And he is so kind, because let me tell you, yeah, no, he was telling the raw truth, and that was good. So the next goal of mine, that brings me to this, is to get clearance. Let's clear out all this stuff so that there's room in the house, so that I'm not seeing work all day, and so that I'm not seeing a mess here and there. And the weird thing is, or the funny thing is, I clean up that mess like daily, pretty much, but it goes right back to where it was, because I'm doing more. I'm taking more pictures, and then being that I do have an illness, I never know what to say with that. If I get tired, I can't put things away. So I have to wait till the next day. So it's not always easy. So I congratulate anyone's partner, hubby, family, mom, dad, sister, brother, that has to deal with us. I like saying it that way, especially if they're not part of it. There goes another commercial. That's all right. We'll keep commercials on in the background. What the heck? No, I'm not getting paid for those commercials. Maybe eventually I will on here, but right now we're going to look at Christmas. So that's another one of my goals, to get this place cleaned up one. And when I say one room at a time, I mean I could clean it up in an hour, right? But where am I putting it? I want to be able to have the space so that this stuff just moves out of where it is. So I know I'm going to do great with that this year. So keep me accountable to that. Maybe I'll do an accountable type thing once a week or something like that. If you're interested, let me know. And if you're new here, I didn't say welcome. Welcome to my channel. And if you are someone who is watching again, welcome back. I appreciate anyone who's watching. I love being able to just share a little bit of who I am and what I'm doing. So maybe I can help you from the start instead of having to wait 3 years, like I am. And let me tell you, I didn't learn it on my own. I'll always tell you, I learned from YouTubers. I learned from resellers who are YouTubers. First, I learned from just people who were selling fashion. Then I started looking at people who were selling different types of items and home decor. Then I started watching people who sell vintage, and you just keep growing more and more. But if maybe it would have took me 6 years if I didn't watch them. So I'm just happy to be doing this. So my goal is also going to be to do more videos. So I'm really looking for your advice on what kind of content you want so that I can keep putting it out there. I noticed that my biggest watched videos, my most views are my Temu, T-E-M-U, I never know how to say it. I'm looking to see if I see a bag. Temu unboxings, which is funny. I may have to buy another one just to do an unboxing, but I will be doing lots of hauls. I will be doing lots of themed type shows showing you different things, and also lots of tips and tricks. So I'm hoping I'm able to take you into some of the stores next week. Next week. Yeah, well, next week is next year. Next year, I'm not hoping. That is a goal. So I should write all these down. I'm going to watch this video back because I'm making up my goals as I go along. No, I'm not. And I'm just going to have other goals too that I may share with you when the time comes after I write them down. And again, they're not New Year's resolutions. They're goals, daily, weekly, monthly, for the year. Only because, like I said, most resolutions fail, which is sad. But I know I've been there too. I've been on that failed side of resolutions. I think your mind just thinks different because you feel like, okay, I can't do this or I have to do this. But when I set goals, I don't feel that way. I feel accountable, but not like, oh my God, I have to do this. I'm setting my rules. And usually I'm really good with things like that. I will then focus in and do what I need to do. A goal may be for me to have a cutoff time on most things. That would make hubby very, very happy. Like I said, watch that video. You will be very amused. You can tell that for him, it's a love-hate relationship with me reselling. But he's so good. And I will have some other goals too that I'll share with you. But what I'm putting this out here for is to say, set some goals, even if it's one. Even if it's one thing for the year, or one thing for the week, or one thing for the month. What is it that you want to achieve this year with your reselling business? Or if you're just someone who resells as a hobby, what is it that you want to accomplish? Maybe you want to make enough money to send some for charity, for donations. Maybe you want to make enough to buy a new couch. Maybe you just want to buy enough to buy a really nice designer pair of shoes. Whatever that is, set your goal, because you have to have a why when you're doing things. And like, why do you want to buy those shoes? What do you feel about them? Blah, blah, blah. I'll go over that again one day, but I don't want to make this video too long. So just start thinking about it. If you're interested, I will have a little short goal video, almost like a tutorial, if you haven't set goals before, and we'll have fun with it. We'll keep each other accountable. Again, I'm always saying, I want a little community because I feel like the reselling world is a community. And you know what? It's the first community in a long time that I love, love, love being a part of. And I'm not saying I don't love community. I have a couple of other communities that I love, but I've loved them for a while. But I do love the reselling community. And I think that we do everything we can to help each other over and over again. And it makes it great. So if you have any questions, any comments, please leave them below. I'll be happy to answer. I answer all my comments and questions. And just give it a thumbs up if you like this video. If you feel like you want to see some more, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, and leave a comment, even if it's just to say hi or where you're from. And I'm wishing you, even if it's not the day, a Merry Christmas if you're watching this today, because I know some of you do like I do with other people's videos and just wait for them to come on. So Merry Christmas if it is Christmas. If it's after Christmas, Happy New Year. If it's during the year, happy, happy day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow.